we use the acronym BURN. So each letter is like a different time in your life. So B is beginning. Pop's already talked about his childhood, but talk about a little bit of your childhood, whether burn moments that you ultimately went through, maybe even the beginning of your career, like your first pro fight or your first amateur fight. Like, were there little burn moments that you just had to get through? And if you didn't, I mean, you guys wouldn't be sitting here.
I just feel like boxing is such a learning sport where you continue. My dad is still learning to this day, and I feel like as a fighter, what my dad has been through and the accolades and all of that. It's like we're learning. I'm learning on the job and just little things. I'm just grateful to have my dad and my brothers here and just. I'm just blessed that I'm in this position to show the world that my skill and be on a platform so big. And, people around the world can see me and my brothers fight. I think that's amazing. And because, our hard work, I feel like, any other sport, basketball, football, it's a team, right? Oh, it's your fault. You didn't pass me the ball. That's why we didn't win. No, if you didn't run, if you didn't get the right sparring, if you didn't do none of that, it's your fault. And I feel like that's why I love boxing so much because it's a one person. I did that. I worked hard. I sacrificed. I cut the weight. And I feel like that's why I love boxing because it's a one person sport. Yeah. But also the team I have behind me with my pops, getting me the right sparring. The nutrition, cutting the weight right, because there's so much before you get to the fight. You gotta cut weight, and sometimes when you before you even weigh in, the last few pounds are the hardest, bro.
That's the first
because
fight.
That's the first fight before you even fight. That's why there's fighters that are depleted getting in the ring. Their legs after running 5 miles and 5 miles and
why isn't he throwing punches?
And why is he throwing? Because they're tired,
like
bro.
The way your chin holds up. It's
that's a burn moment where people don't. They just see the hand raise. Yeah. They just see the pretty girl. They just see the nice watch. But they don't know what it is to get that. Yeah. And I feel like for anything in life, you put in the work, you train hard, it will show. And I feel like that's something in life.
And also, if you don't put in the hard work,
it will show.
If you're out there partying, and then you're out there BSing, guess what? It's gonna show. And the ring don't lie.
And boxing is like life. If you don't train, if you don't work hard, you're gonna be humiliated in front of everybody. Yeah. You're gonna get knocked out. But if you train hard and you sacrifice. And you work hard, you're already in pain. You might as well get a reward from me. Yeah. And you get the knockout, boom, that's like life. You sacrifice, you study. Boxing is like life, anything. Like going to school, you study, you're gonna get that diploma. You're gonna get that.
We've even since younger, we've seen the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've even since a young kid, I've understand that because of my dad, what it is, not just to have a championship father, but just have a championship mentality. Like, I think that's so important because, now you got participation trophies, you got this, and you got it's okay, and at the end of the day, trophy. If you want to be something great in life, you have to go all in.
Yep.
You can't have
you gotta sacrifice
and one foot out. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. I can't want to party and be out and do this and then train and half-ass it, because at the end of the day, it's gonna show. And I've seen that from my dad's career. I've seen what it is to put 140% and to get 180% back. Do you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. You go from being the youngest national champion, youngest Olympian, youngest junior middleweight champion of the world in boxing history. We're talking about history, all youngest in history. So even since I was younger, I understood, or even when you would fall and dad would pick you up and you would be crying or whatever.
He'll record me. I'll fall down. Boom. I'll start crying. It was like 6. Yeah. He was like, eres chingón. He was like, ¿vas a llorar? You're tough. don't be crying.
You're
Record me.
no.
You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. And I was like,
oh, I'm gonna put the recorder on you. Yeah. You're gonna cry, little cry baby, huh? I'll be
cry around this guy.
No.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm not crying. No.
But then see, look,
all those moments build. You know, it builds your character though.
Exactly. And
Sure.
like my dad was saying, everything that my dad didn't have, he is. You know what I'm saying? And he's everything I need. Is my trainer.
Hell yeah.
My father, somebody I confide in, somebody that I mess around with. You know what I'm saying? He's in the stall, push him into the stall. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we have a beautiful relationship. And because of boxing has brought us a sport that's so ugly.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like, I get paid to go in there and knock somebody out. That's what I get paid for. That's what this sport is about. Yeah. So for that to bring us so close together and for us, not just as me and my dad, but just as a family, like I remember traveling places, missing birthdays. My dad would miss his birthdays to go to tournaments with me. Mm-hmm. You know, I would win, and that would be his gift. I was everywhere with this guy. And you just build such a close bond because it's like we're on a mission. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we're writing a hell of a fucking story.
Yes.
Excuse my French. Because look,
I said it in English.
At the end of the day, my dad wrote his story. Mm-hmm. We're in the process or the B, right? Mm-hmm. The beginning in Burn Factor. But this is the beginning of something so great that, like I said, I know where I'm going to be 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, and can nobody tell me. I was telling my girl this the other night. There's no way that I won't make it. Mm-hmm. That we won't make it. There's no physical possible. There is no plan B. There is no.
Oh, you know, if it doesn't work.
This reminds me
college. I don't see my life any other way. Exactly. I will be world champion. Yes. We will be world champion. You know, it's just how it is, and I say this with such emotion because this is my life.
Right.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. When I first talked to my wife into having kids. We're kids, having kids, right?
Did you talk her into having me, or did you just have me?
I talked her into having you. But believe me, I'm the one that talked.
It was planned.
She didn't want to have because she goes, no way. She was smart. She was like, she's still a very smart woman. She's like, oh, we shouldn't have kids. I'm so young. And I go, but I love you. She goes, yeah, but I don't think we should be having kids. We're young. We're kids. I go. She goes. I kept on talking her into it again, convincing her. She goes, I promise me one thing. I go, what? If I give you a child, promise me one thing. I said, whatever you want, baby. And they go, all right. If I give you a child, you gotta promise me that you'll never leave me, because I don't want to leave. I don't want to be a single parent raising my child. I want you always to be with me. I said, through all the good and all the bad I put that woman through. Because believe me, I know that it's hard to believe that I've been that I haven't been the best. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm gonna tell you, it's true. I was not the best many times in my life, and so I remember when we ended up fighting, and you know. When you guys say, it's over! And then you say, nah, man, I remember I promised her. And so this family's together because of my great wife. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a blessing that
she's the real dynasty.
She's the real
She's the dynasty. I want you guys to name one boxing couple, even athlete couple that's still together to this day. With the same baby mama from the jump. So
this guy right here.
This guy
right here.
No, but that's because my wife. It wasn't for me. But when I want to tell you guys, so check this out.
Andre Ward.
You see the confidence that they have, right? And so, I remember when I was a kid, I would go. My wife goes, okay. When she said she agreed to having kids, and she goes, okay, I'll give you a child. Okay, so but can I ask you a question? I go, what? How are we gonna live? I go, what? He goes, how are we going to live? I go, I'm going to be a superstar in the sport. They go, but what about if it doesn't work? No. Then I go, it's going to work. Yeah. They go, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Goes, I'm number one in the United States. I'm beating everyone's ass. 130, 125, 132, 139, 147. The two guys that went to the Olympics at 32 and 39, I beat. So the only reason they went to the Olympics is because I moved up. So I'm a superstar. I go, I'm going to be a superstar in this sport. Watch me. Everybody's going to know my name one day.
That's right.
And she goes, okay. And then when I tell her, she goes, but what about if it doesn't work out? It's gonna work out. If you have a plan B, your plan A was never strong enough.
You didn't believe in it.
And you didn't believe enough in yourself. If you have a plan B, plan A, you never believed in yourself big enough to make sure that the plan A was gonna happen.
For all the people watching this, just whatever you're doing, go hard at it. Just go hard. You don't need the approval from your mom. You don't need the approval from your dad. You need the approval from your cousin. Just go hard.
Let me tell you exactly why I made it. At 12 years old, check out what I thought. I'm 12 years old. I'm locked up in juvenile, hundreds of hours of community service for batteries and stuff. I find boxing. I walked there the next day. I said, I'm never going to stop. And then I said like this. I got to go to church if I want God to help me.
That's right.
I started walking to church or riding my best friend Smurf on my handlebars so God could help me. And I goes, hey Smurf, come home to church. He goes, why do you want to go to church? I go, because I want God to help me. I want God to make me a superstar in the sport. He's done that and bigger and greater things in my life.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I serve a mighty God.
That's right.
An amazing God. Been with me, and through all my imperfections, He loves me still.
Yeah. And you know what? I love my family too because, this last fight, it was Thanksgiving. It was crazy. Thanksgiving.
That was crazy.
The Thanksgiving,
bro.
The day we were cutting weight and we had to make weight.
The week.
Day.
It was
that
Friendsgiving.
Day. So that day we're watching all the stories on Instagram about their family eating a bunch of food.
Oh, I'm so stuffed.
And me and my brother were like, bro, just don't even hop on Instagram because you're gonna see all this food.
Yeah.
And you know what? I love my beautiful family. After the fight, they you go ahead, bro.
Not just that. No, not just that. I just want to say the day of. It was what, Wayne's?
Yeah.
It was Wayne's.
It was
so
the day of weigh-in.
my brother's weighed in, right? It's Thanksgiving Day.
Starving.
Listen, no, not just that. You forget about this too. We had to Skid Row and give a $12,000 donation and over 3,000 meals to the homeless people there. They're making weight.
Yeah.
They're making weight.
Yeah, I think
They're still making weight. So this
was before Wayne's. I think, bro.
Thanksgiving Day. Wayne's is the next day. So
I think I was over by like a pound.
They still gotta run. They still gotta put on plasters. But we made sure to go out there and show love because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. God blesses the blessed, right?
All the boxers had the invitations
So other boxers got the invitation to go, but we're the only ones to go.
Wow.
I wasn't fighting. And whatever the case may be, maybe they were cutting weight too. They were cutting weight. So it's the same thing. I mean, I really don't believe there was any excuses. Look, at the end of the day, if you want to be